everybody. Myself, Dr. Vishwa Rajlal, Faculty of Biotechnology, Jamshedpur Women's College, Jamshedpur. Today we will discuss about
DNA as genetic materials. DNA as genetic materials. We all know about DNA, that is deoxyribose nucleic acid. DNA is found to be hereditary materials in almost all the living organisms except few plant viruses. So many experiment performed to prove DNA as a genetic materials. I would like to explain few experiment that was performed DNA as a genetic materials. First experiments, Fred Griffith experiment 1928. Second experiment, O.T. Avery, C.M. MacLeod and M.G. McCarthy experiment 1944. Next third experiment, Alfred D. Hershey and Martha Chase 1952. So starting first experiment, Fred Griffith 1928. The early work of Fred Griffith in 1928 on the transfer of virulence in the pathogen Streptococcus pneumonia set the stage for the research that first showed that DNA was the genetic materials. Griffith found that if he boiled virulent bacteria and injected them into mice, the mice were not affected and no pneumococci could be recovered from the animals. When he injected a combination of killed virulent bacteria and a living non-violent strain, the mice died. Moreover, he could recover living virulent bacteria from the dead mice. Griffith called this change of non-virulent bacteria into virulent pathogens transformations. Mice died of pneumonia when injected with pathogenic strains of S. pneumococci, which have a capsule and forms smooth-looking colonies. Mice death. In second, mice survived when injected with a non-pathogenic strain of R. pneumococci, which lacks a capsules and forms rough colonies. In third, injection with heat-killed strains of S. pneumococci had no effects. Mice not die. Injections with a live R strain and the heat-killed S strains gave the mice pneumonia, and live S strain pneumococci could be isolated from the dead mice. Next, second experiment, O.T. Avery, C.M. MacLeod and M.G. McCarthy, 1944. Oswald T. Avery and his colleagues then set out to discover which constituent in the heat-killed virulent pneumococci was responsible for Griffith transformation. This investigator selectively destroyed constituents in purified extract of virulent pneumococci using enzymes that would hydrolyze DNA, RNA or protein. They then exposed non-virulent pneumococcal strains to the treated extract. Transformation of the non-virulent bacteria was blocked only if the DNA was destroyed, suggesting that DNA was carrying the informations required for transformations. The publications of these studies by O.T. Avery, MacLeod and M.G. McCarthy in 1944 proved the first evidence that Griffith transforming principle was DNA, and therefore that DNA carried genetic informations. DNA alone changed R to S cells, and this effect was lost when the extract was treated with deoxyribonuclease. Thus, DNA carried the genetic information required for the R to S conversions of transformations. So this is the experiment on the transforming principles, Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy. R cells plus purified S cells protein, R colonies, R cells per purified S cells RNA, R colonies, R cell plus purified S cell DNA, S colonies, S cell extract plus protease plus R cells, S colonies, S cell extract plus RNAs plus our cells as colonies. Next, we come to our experiment 3. Alfred D. Huxley and Martha Chase, 1952. Some years later, 1952, Alfred D. Huxley and Martha Chase performed several experiments that indicated that DNA was the genetic material in the T2 bacteriophage. Some luck was involved in their discovery, for the genetic material of many viruses is RNA, and the researchers happened to select a DNA virus for their studies. Imagine the confusions if T2 had been an RNA virus. The controversy surrounding the nature of genetic information might have lasted considerably longer than it did. Hershey and Chase either made the virus DNA radioactive with 32P or leveled the viral proteins coated with 35S. They mixed radioactive bacteriophage with E. coli, then agitated violently in a varying blender to shear off any adsorbed bacteriophage particles. After centrifugations, radioactivity in the supernatant and the bacterial pellet was determined. They found that most radioactive protein was released into the supernatant, whereas 32P DNA remained within the bacteria since genetic material was injected and T2 progeny were produced. DNA must have been carrying the genetic information for T2. When E. coli was injected with a T2 phase containing 35S protein, most of the radioactivity remained outside the host cells. When a T2 phase containing 32P DNA was mixed with the host bacterium, the radioactivity DNA was injected into the cell and phages were produced. Thus, DNA was carrying the virus genetic informations. So, according to the experiment, it was concluded that DNA passes from the parents to the progeny, that is DNA as genetic materials. So, this is overall experiment about DNA as genetic materials. Thank you.